Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all? On a Tuesday. Been a little while since we made a video. As you can see, Fuzzy is a little fuzzier than he used to be, but today we're going to fix that. Today we're going to go back to the goatee. Because my supervisor at work that didn't like me wearing a goatee is no longer my supervisor at work. So we're going to do that. We went and got a haircut today. And so yeah, that's going to be the fun. That's what we're going to do. So here's what I thought we'd do. This is probably going to be the longest video I've ever made. And what we're going to do is I have a plethora, if you will, of different razors here. And we're just going to shave a little bit with each one and see how each razor does. I thought it'd be kind of neat. I mean, I could have buzzed it down, or I can get an open blade and cut it down. But I thought we'd play around and see how some stuff goes here. Like I said, I've got a wide variety, and we're going to use Williams, of course. Good old classic Williams, which all of it's, they don't make it anymore, so what can you say about that? But anyway, so we're going to be swapping some blades around here, there, and yonder, so this is going to take a little longer, and we're going to see what we come up with. I don't really know. Some of it may do better than others, and some of it may not. We're going to see, and I imagine we're going to have to re-lather a couple of times here, there, and yonder, and get through all this old scraggly mess. I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I do anything, if y'all don't mind. I didn't have the barber lady do anything with the old mustache or anything. It needs a little trimming. So we're going to do that to start with. There we go. Now, we can roll along here and do things the way we want to do. But anyway, so yeah, it's been a little while. I hope everybody's been doing all right. I kind of dropped out. Things get busy. And it's hot outside. And there's a lot going on, kind of, personal life stuff. Excuse the little patchiness here. I went ahead, since I knew I was going to shave, she asked if, I got the lady barber today. She asked if I wanted to go ahead and straighten out them sideburns since I was going to shave. And I said, well, I'm going to go home and shave. And it'll look a little dopey till I get there. But then again, look a little dopey most of the time anyway. So I told her, yeah, go ahead and do that, and we'll straighten it out when we get home. All right, but anyway, like I was saying, work's been busy, and personal life's been busy, and just kind of get away from things. I've been touching base over at Toast 3 just a little bit. Everybody will be happy to know I paid the bill again this month, so it'll be there. If you haven't been over to Toast 3, if you're a single-edge shaver, feel free to swing by tost3.com, Toast 3. Little old bitty place. I think there's 4 or 5 people chatting over there every once in a while right now. And but there's a lot of good information for single edge razors. Friend of mine, work colleague the other day was asking about shaving with sensitive skin. And I told him, well, one of the best things you can do probably to shave with sensitive skin, other than using real razors, is use real shave products. And I think that's right. So if you've got any secrets for sensitive skin shavers, holla. And because she was asking, and I said, well, go check out the site, and you may see, something there that does you some good. May not, but then again, you may. All right, so we're going to do this kind of patchy in sections. I don't really have a big plan laid out, but that's what we're going to do. So give me half a second here. So let's start out with a contour. I believe this is the original contour with the push button, and the contour 2 had the flip top like the 1912s and the featherweight and stuff. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it matters. These were considered, these were the last of them, and they were considered some of the most mild of them. And everybody hollers how they can't use them because they won't do anything. So kind of see what we get. Now we know right here under this sideburn it's already cut, so we ain't got to worry about that. But let's go down a little bit. Now I'm going to concede the fact that no matter which one you use, you're going to have to rinse more to get it done. But you may be able to tell right there, it's definitely knocking it down just fine. There's no, look right there, there's no issue. So this fact that you can't take a milder razor and get a good shave out of it seems to be a little bit of hogwash, because if you look right there, you can see that's just as pretty a shave as anything right there, right down next to where we back down into the woolly booger there. All right, so we're going to say the contour does a good job at it. I'll give you a little bit more of the people that are going to say, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Technically, I don't care. You know, this is my shave, it's my channel. There's two ways of doing things, remember? There's Fuzzy's way and the wrong way. I could convince more people of that. But anyway, I really don't feel that way. Don't quote me on that. All right, let's try a shade razor, because it's the next thing I pick up. You remember our little Indian razor here? From India, little shave. It's a shade razor. It uses the single half of a unmentionable blade. And I don't know. I don't know if I hold out high hopes for it or not. But let's see what we got. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Nothing to it. Clean that neck right up. Get a good rinse, because there's definitely not a lot of blade gap there to work with. And once that gets clogged up, it's going to be a mess. Now this one is probably the closest thing to cart garbage I have. And one thing about it is you are having to rinse a lot to get the job done. It also does not have a brand new blade in it. I don't know how old that blade is, but it is not a brand new blade. All right, let's come down from up here a little bit and see. So I don't think it does actually maybe easy as shaving with the contour was. I think, like I said, that's because there's almost no blade gap there. There's not much of a blade gap. I won't say almost no, but you can see it worked it on down and came down pretty good. There we go. All right. Well, what we're gonna do next? Let's see what we got. What we got here? Let's take the blade out of, what did I start with here? The contour. Let's take that blade out. Now that is I think that's a new blade. I've got one blade floating around that's a new blade, and one that's sort of a new blade. Got a few shades, but it's been, you know, what, a month and a half or so that I was growing a beard, so I don't remember what all this stuff is. All right, so let's try the old 1910 here. These are known as a mild razor. The first thing we need to do is get off all the loose stuff that I didn't get off up here, because it's been cutting it off pretty good. But this bowl's going to be a mess when we get done. And we'll come down under here and keep it rinsed. All right, so it takes a good bit of rinsing because it clogs up in a hurry. But it's not clogged up with hair. It looks like it's doing okay. So probably this particular, the 19, it's Jim Jr. bar is what that is, if anybody's. Might not be the absolute best to use with a really long beard. Now, will it do it? Sure. You just, you know, you can see we are getting there. Now we're getting in a place where I hadn't put any shaving cream. So, but it definitely will definitely clog up on you in a hurry. All right. Well, look, we got that much done. How's that? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So now I want to use one that I'm sure in my mind is going to do good. The Micromatic. Of course, we're going to get a Micromatic in this game. We got to, right? You'll grow it. Micromatic should be able to shave it, right? I'm a believer in that, so let's see what it does here. We'll get us some more Williams. Again, this is the vintage Williams. This is the stuff that's the tallow first. And after this is all over and done with, I'll come back and straighten up the goatee and do all that kind of stuff. But here we go with the Micromatic, and I feel pretty confident. Now this is not a brand new blade, but it's pretty close to it. And we got to be careful that with all this extra hair that we're not trying to push too hard. Remember, just let the razor do the work. You'll be fine. It's called technique, boys and girls. If you're going to be pushing hard and everything, you talk about you're going to end up with some serious irritation, I feel like. All right. Looks like it's doing a pretty darn good job to me. Seems to clog up. Now I should have got, you know what I should have got, and I didn't. And I'm going to kick myself for not having one. But I should have got out my clog proof. Or should I say one of my clog proofs, because I got multiple clog proofs. That's what I should have got out. Well, there we go. Look at there. We'll come right back just to show some more here. Make sure y'all can see where that's cleaning everything up under there pretty good. All right, there's the Micromatic. Good deal. Now, another one that I got high hopes for is the open comb Dammy. That little baby right there. Now, again, this is not a brand new blade in it, but it's pretty close. And, oh yeah. No problem. Look at that. No problem with the Dammy. Dammy says, bring it on, you grow it, I'll shave it. Actually, I think the open comb Dammy scheme there is doing a better job than the Micromatic did. Micromatic. But anyway, look right there, you can see. Let's get turned around over here. And there we go. So that's neat. Well, we're going to get a Schick in the game. So what I have is I have my favorite early model E2. Now this thing has got a lot of blade feel to me as far as anything goes, but definitely as far as Schick goes, it's got a lot of blade feel to me. And I don't know about the blade on this thing. Yeah, it's not a very good blade. But we can see that it's actually, even though it's not the best blade in the world, it is definitely able to tackle that beard right there. No problems at all. Yep, nothing wrong with that in the world. All right, so that one worked good. Now we're going to finish up, because we got it down to just a little bit left, with our favorite 1912, I call it. This is the one that's part of my signature shave. Comes from a G3 set, which is the World War II military set. It's got the Bakelite handle. Some of them had metal handles. And for my favorite right here, this is what I call my favorite. It's got the Bakelite handle. I like it. If you watch very many of my videos along the way, you'll see that this is the one that I tend to name as my favorite. Now these, it's just going to be just like with, what else did we use a little while ago? I had one that, oh yeah, the lather catcher. I don't think, it's doing it, definitely, but it's not doing as good a job as some of the others. Actually, I don't think it's doing as good a job as the Contour did, but it clogs up a lot. I guess that type of bar, the comb, the open comb, it's not an open comb, but the, what do they call that? The closed comb bar there. It clogs up pretty. Now, it's able to be used. I mean, I could do it. It's definitely not that you can't shave with it. It'll do it. But I don't think it's as good with the longer hair as some of the others. So I'm thinking that if I would have started out with the clog proof, that the clog proof would have done a really good job, but I didn't get that one out to start with, so we're not going to get to see. All right, well, I don't think my goatee is very even right this second. I think I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Have a look at that. Let's see what we got. But get me a little rag going here. Boy, my sink is a mess. My bowl here where I was shaving over. Woo, that's a lot of hair to cut off. Didn't take too long to grow. I was happy to see that I absolutely do not have a problem growing a beard. What is kind of sad to see is that doesn't have a color anymore. I used to grow a beard out and it be so, I wasn't a redhead, but it was red. It was a dark brown red. That makes sense. And my beard was always redder than my hair. So kind of miss having the color there, but that's just getting a little older. getting a little older and dealing with life and dealing with traffic around this part of the world, that's always a thing. I tell you what, we're going to finish up with our favorite 1912. We're going to go back over and see if we can't be sure we got everything trimmed down. And I'm still not sure this is even yet, but I'll work on that. May take a set of clippers to get it good and even for me. But we got it done. Now look at there. Don't have any more of that old beard left. I don't have problems having a beard, but I miss shaving. Thank you to the people. There were some people that checked up on me. I tend to drop out at times. My family will tell you it happens. And but there were some people that sent me some emails and texts and stuff and checking on me, make sure I was okay since I wasn't putting up any videos. And I was okay. There we go. All right, let that water out there some. It's gonna take me a minute to clean up razors this time, but I used several. Hopefully my sink don't clog up from all that old whisker hair there. I don't think we got to worry about it too much. All right. Got to go walk the dogs here in a few minutes. It's going to be a little bit different. That's what we were after. Right there. Went and got a good haircut today. And, ooh, look at this. Look at all that down in the sink. Throw that right down in the trash can there. Rinse your hands out. Whew, I tell you, that's a whole lot better in my world. I'm going to get the trimmer out and trim up around the edges a little bit, I think. Maybe. We'll see how it looks here in a few minutes. I'm going to go out and walk the dogs and sweat my tail off with that because it's warm in Louisiana. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll trim it up a little bit. But I think it's going to be all right. I do indeed. So let's put on a little bit of the aqua velvet here, make it a signature shave sort of with the Williams and the boar brush. And I ended up using my favorite 1912 enough. I think we can call that a modified signature shave. Look at there. So now when we go back with the hat on, and where did I put? We go back with a hat on and a pair of shades, and now we're back to the goatee cap in the hat instead of the beard hat. Which beard was fine. Didn't have no problems with it, but good to be back. Good to be back. All right, folks. Y'all have a good one. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. We'll see if we can get back on to making a few videos. Thank you to the new subscribers. I've seen I have a few new subscribers come along. And we'll see what we can do about all that. Y'all have a good evening, and happy shades to you.